Good morning and welcome to today's verse. To God be the glory. What a great day it is today. Today's verse, it comes to us from the Gospel of St. Matthew. Matthew chapter 5, verse 13, the words of the Lord speaking, and he says this. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It is good for nothing, but should be thrown out and trampled underfoot. I want to ask you a question. Are you being salty for Christ? Let me explain. Everything has a purpose, right? Today's verse is part of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, where he teaches his disciples about the character and the mission of those who follow him. Now, just before this, in verses 3 to 12, Jesus describes the attitude and the qualities of kingdom people, that of humility, mercy, purity, peacekeeping, and even being persecuted for righteousness' sake. Immediately following the Beatitudes, Jesus tells his disciples that they are salt of the earth and the light of the world. We see that in verse 14 to 16. These metaphors, they emphasize the role that believers play in influencing the world for God's kingdom. It is our purpose. In the ancient world, salt had several important uses. First of all, we know that salt is a preservative. It is used to preserve food. That is to help prevent decay, slowing down the decaying process. Jesus' disciples are a preserving influence in a sinful world, slowing down moral and spiritual corruption. This includes standing up for righteousness, speaking up against injustice, and living with integrity. Salt also, it adds flavor, does it not? It enhances the taste of things, symbolizing the impact that Christians should have in bringing truth, love, and the grace of God into the world. Just as salt is different from the food that it seasons, Christians are called to stand out in society, representing Christ rather than conforming to the world. Romans 12 and 2. Salt was also used for purification and cleansing, representing holiness and righteousness that believers are to uphold. Jesus warns that if salt loses its saltiness, its effectiveness, then it becomes useless and good for nothing. It should be cast out, thrown underfoot. If we as believers fail to live out our calling, our purpose, what influence then do we have in a dying world for Christ? If we neglect our mission, our purpose, our calling, then we become like salt that has lost its saltiness. It is good for nothing. But when we remain faithful, we preserve what is good, bringing Christ's love, his truth to others, and glorifying God in all that we do. So the question remains, are you salty for Christ? Selah. And think about this. To God be the glory for the great things he has done. I pray that you would meditate upon this verse. It would be a word of encouragement to you as you go throughout your day. I pray that you would have a great day. Have a safe day. And then tune in again tomorrow, yes, as we consider today's verse. Amen.